Well, folks, we're about done with our mobile home here. We've the one thing we want to address, or a couple things here. There's a bunch of dents on the front of it, but also there's all these rust stains everywhere that are from the water dripping out of the gutters. So we're going to see if there's a way to make that look better. We had the trailer pressure washed, which cleaned it up a little bit, but it didn't get the rust stains off. Donnie, what do you think?
We're gonna try something we ain't never tried before. And y'all, Ronnie's got me gonna clean this thing with this.
Yeah, I think we can get it with that.
We're gonna clean this whole trailer with a.
Not the whole thing.
Look, it ain't even as big as my telephone.
Not the whole thing, just little pieces. So what we're going to do is we're going to try some of this Barkeeper's Friend on the aluminum and see if that'll get rid of the rust.
I got two different kinds.
So we're going to see if that'll. Basically, we're trying to keep from painting this mobile home.
If we paint this mobile home, it's a constant battle of keeping it looking decent.
Yeah.
If I can do something with this siding, like that siding, as long as you don't put the rust in it, that siding don't look bad.
Yeah.
But we got to get cleaned off somehow.
Yeah, so we'll see if we can clean up some of these rust stains. That's the worst part. We'll see what we can do. So we're going to try a little of that Barkeeper's Friend on a scouring pad and see what it does for the rust. So here we go. All right, folks, so there's a bunch of rust right there. Okay, so what are you doing, Donnie?
Putting a little bit of on this.
Barkeeper's Friend.
On there.
Just putting it on a scouring pad. The whole thing is, it's not really rust. It's just a mineral stain. It just looks like rust. Or I guess, you know, rust is a mineral stain, but it hasn't rusted where it's turning the metal. You know, it's just staining the metal, basically.
Yeah, it's rust from the gutter. It's not actually this.
Yeah. It looks like it is taking a lot of it off. This is old school aluminum siding. This trailer is probably, what year was it?
93.
1993 mobile home with the old aluminum siding. Or I guess that's aluminum.
That is aluminum.
That is cleaning it right off, but you know, it's going to be a lot of work going over every little square inch of it. But it does look like it works. So if you've got rust spots, you might have like one area on your mobile home.
Or on your regular home.
Yeah, or on your regular home. I understand this works on vinyl siding too. Sometimes you get, believe it or not, you get it on vinyl siding too, because like you said, it's not from the actual metal, it's dripping on it. Mm-hmm. So we'll see if he can get any of that. We're trying to figure out the best practice here, you know. Yeah, that one was lighter, and it looks like it took it off quicker.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right, so it looks like it's just a matter of us scrubbing the crap out of it. So this is the actual stuff we're using, actually cooktop cleaner. They make 3 or 4 different types, it looks like, but I think it's all similar. And Donnie is using the soft side of a sponge.
Look at that. Okay. You see the bad spot in there?
Yep.
Gone.
So the scouring pad part you don't really need. Just the sponge. A sponge would do it because the stuff works pretty good.
This siding is textured, so we're trying to get down in all that.
Yeah, that's one of our big problems. Is it's down in the grooves.
Watch that now. That's gone.
We can't see much because of all the
The
shadows.
shadow. Let me get on this side. A bit better.
Yeah. Okay, down there at the bottom, we can see that.
Well, right here.
Yeah, right there.
Let me get some more.
The juice. We call it the juice, people.
Okay, right here. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Get close on it, right, where they can see it.
They can see it. They see it now.
Okay, watch. Okay.
It's gone.
Where I rubbed it is gone. It's just gonna be a pain in the butt to scrub it off.
Yeah. Try that orange stain down under it where that screw hole is.
Right here or there?
Yeah, down to the left there, where it's orange. There, yeah.
I'm gonna use the other side pad on that one. Well, I don't think I need to use the other side pad.
That cleaned it right up. You can see how it got all the dirt off of the, yeah. So you can see now that this is as white as it is over here. That other staining is what washed down from those other places we've been cleaning that were all the way up. So it's just, it's.
Look at this. It's got red and yellow.
Man, what's the red from?
The red's actual rust. That brown, I don't know what it is. Took that brown right off. It's gonna get that red too. Took it off up there.
All right, so I think that kind of proves that it works. So if you've got this problem on your mobile home, get you some Barkeeper's Friend. They sell it at Home Depot. They sell it at Lowe's.
It was pretty cheap.
This was just the cooktop cleaner, but I mean, there's other types too. But and there's other ways to do it. But we know this works because we're sitting here and watching it work.
Running, the bad part is running down my arm trying to get to my armpit.
We're scrubbing the mobile home, people. This is the way to do it. Look, we got rid of all of the crap. It's gone. Oh, wait a minute, Donnie. We missed the spot.
You get that.
That spot we probably can't get. This crap worked great. All you got to do is just touch every inch of your mobile home and it'll look brand new again, people. Folks, this stuff is working excellent. I mean, it's one of those things, if you just spent, you know, if you just took the time and went through and did it hand by hand, each panel individually, like if you lived in a place that was like that, you could make the whole thing look brand new if you just kept scrubbing on it. I just did that little spot over there. Basically, if it's kind of an orangish color, like a brownish orange, it'll come right off. Like right there below that window, you can see where I stopped.
Right here.
That will come right off very easily. Now the red rust spots, you saw some of those whenever we were showing it before. They'll come off too. It's just, it's going to take more effort. But what Donnie's going to do now is fix some dents. So you probably got this problem too. He's got gloves on. Whenever we did the one over there, he got cut up a little bit. So, you know, if you look back, we usually don't wear gloves on anything, so we're not super particular about that. But this is something you definitely want to wear gloves on. The stuff wants to be its original shape. So if you mess with it a little bit, usually it'll pop right out. See if you can get that. Yeah, usually it'll pop right out. You just take a few screws loose. Put some big leather heavy gloves on, reach up behind it, pop it back into place. You might want to get new screws when you do it that are a little longer, because as you go around, you'll notice that some of the screws aren't holding as well, you know.
I need to take that one out. Really.
So, you know, it looks like, what are those, an inch or 3/4? How long are those? They're probably 3/4 or 5/8. If you got inch or inch and a quarter even, it'd probably be a good idea. Of course, they're all going to look different, so you might want to color match them to what you got. Or like on this one, a lot of them are rusted. Yeah, see, that looks a lot better just from popping out 2 feet worth of dents. You might be able to do it with a suction cup or something, but we just pull the screws and go back.
And Milwaukee, once again,
Yeah.
getting it done for us.
Yeah. So we're going to go
Oh, this looks
along.
good.
Most of this is good.
Right there.
Yeah, there's a screw just, sometimes you'll find them just hanging out of the siding where they've worked their way out over the years. And it depends on what kind of, like if your home has been pretty nice shape, but you just got a few dents, of course you probably want to do it better than we're doing it. But this place isn't perfect. Man, this is one of the seams. They'll pop apart and then pop right back together. This place isn't new anymore, but we just want it to look as presentable as possible. The reason those aren't grabbing is because they're the bottom ones that are on the, they're grabbing that skirt there.
That skirt, that's all it's holding it.
Yeah, on the very bottom. That one looks kind of like a basketball. It kind of wants to go back to how it was originally formed, so if you just get it popped out, it looks a lot better than with dents popped in it all over the place. If you're lucky, they're out down by the bottom. Sometimes you get one that's a little higher like this.
That one's gonna be a little harder to get to.
We actually used a stick once. We had a little, like a dowel rod.
But see how that is there?
Yeah.
It'll cut you up.
So you gotta be careful. But that did get rid of the dent. So, pretty cool. This is probably the worst one. There was probably, we moved this mobile home, so there was probably a porch that went over that far where it was before. It may have been there was a chair there or something and everybody kicking it.
Through the trash right here, there was a big pile of trash.
Oh, that too. So that one's pretty bad. You're not really trying to bend it, you're just trying to pop it back out. Bam. See how it was all screwed up and it just popped right back in place? It wants to do that. So you just got to finesse it a little bit and help it out. Help it be what it wants to be, Donnie. What do you think?
Yep. It ain't tore all the hell down.
There's a real bad spot right there beside the door, and you can imagine how that got like that. I mean, it's right there where everybody's walking in. So we're going to pull off that flimsy little trim there and then basically go the same way. That'll expose the bottom of the panel, or maybe it won't. That's the bottom panel, isn't it? Or do they split them there? They're you know what? They're cooked. So that's probably a white piece and that's a gray piece. They're baked enamel. Donnie already knows because he can see behind the trim. You got a screw left there. Yeah, they just lined them up really well because one's gray and one's white. But they're not actually screwed down. Which means they're going to pop out of the seams the whole way. Now we get to see Donnie put a seam back together. That's good because people are going to wonder, Donnie. All of this stuff, folks, don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal. You just take your time. If yours looks like crap anyway, I mean, you're not going to make it look too much worse than it already does.
My philosophy, it was broke when I started.
Exactly. Now, if it's good enough, leave it alone. That's also our philosophy. If it's good enough, leave it alone. So that is pretty much got all those, Donnie. You just need to work that seam a little more, I think. But I noticed before you took the trim off that seam was already apart a little bit. So I think that's probably just how it is. Might be able to mess with it there and get it to come together a little bit. Boom, 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 boom. There's one more down here, Donnie. There's one more here. About the 5th seam down, it's caved in. Right there, yeah. Bam. Okay, all of that should go back pretty good. Oh yeah, the bottom's kicked in a little bit there. Might not be able to get that easily. It's so light, since it's in white, you can't see it as much. Yeah. So trying to get to the white there, he's going to mess up the gray. So we're just going to, you know, leave well enough alone, get it as good as we can. We've got most of them, but there's one kind of high. So we're going to try to see if the stick will do it. Hard to get leverage on it like that. If you had one that was bigger at the end, you might be able to push the metal in and pop it around it or something. We're trying to get creative here, folks. You know, we're out in the sticks. Donnie's been working today. Fulcrum. Uh-huh. Very nice. Fulcrum. Hey, Donnie, what's today's word?
Fulcrum.
So if it's got creases like this, you're not really going to get those out. But most of them aren't that. They're just bends. They're just dents like that. That's the last one we've got that we think.
That we think we can handle.
So we might be able to get to it. But in a situation like this, you got to go farther back, because over here it can't move. Or the stick might work, maybe.
Stuck in the insulation.
Bam! Like a surgeon. Like a surgeon, Donnie.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's what we do it around here. Just get it done.
I think it looks a lot better. Let me see if I can do a before and after. I think I'm standing in about the same spot. Maybe I can tell by I can't see my footprint. I was about here before. Okay, so let me do a before. All right, and this is the after. Now, Donnie.
Yes.
What do you think?
I think it turned out good.
Barkeeper's Friend works pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
Is Barkeeper's Friend paying you anything?
No.
Had you heard of it before yesterday?
No.
I
tried.
I think I'd heard of it before.
I tried it once before on some chrome.
Yeah.
But it was already pitted at that point.
Yeah. So it's not. It's not going to do miracles. But if you look at the gray, it got rid of every little bit of the rust on the gray. Now, we didn't go crazy on it. We worked on it for about 2 hours. So that's 2 people working on it for about 2 hours, leisurely. Now, the white down there at the bottom is pretty rough, but it was already like that. This mobile home's been moved like 3 times. So that bottom piece is what they had all of the skirting screwed to. So a lot of that is rust from actual holes in that piece of metal, you know. The rust that we were taking off the side of the siding a lot of it was dripping off of the gutter up at the top that's actually filled up. So it's not going to, work miracles, but if you've got stains, it's going to take those stains right off.
Yeah. Stains, not imperfection in the metal.
Yeah. So we're probably going to paint that bottom piece just to make it look a little better. But if that does need repainted down the line, it's not that big of a deal. I just didn't want to paint the whole mobile home that's baked on enamel, so that's better. You got to remember too, we're in South Carolina. It gets 100 degrees here in the summer. The humidity is through the freaking roof, so that stuff gets hot.
Yeah, you don't want to paint it if you can help it. Basically, we build these houses, try to be maintenance free as possible.
Yeah.
If we got to keep doing maintenance, it ain't no good to us. Just like that roof up there, we put rubber on. Yeah. People think we're crazy for doing it, but it's got a 10-year guarantee where if you use what is that? Something seal.
Black Cool Seal.
Cool Seal. If you use Cool Seal, you got to do it every year or every other year. So we got 10 years out of that. Yeah, it costs you 2.5 times as much, but you get 5 times as much out of it. So.
And just little things like taking the time to pop those dents out, it looks a lot better. It's not perfect, but it looks a lot better. Wow. And we're trying to get somebody in here that's going to, you know, try to take care of the place and not think that, you know, oh, heck, the place was trash when I moved in. It doesn't matter. I don't need to take care of nothing.
Now, if a dent gets in there, I can say, I know you done it.
Yeah. It's one of the reasons we tape it too.
Yep.
And our other one over here, we did this one and finished it up probably a year ago, or no, maybe not quite even that long. But we've got a good tenant over there. She takes care of every little piece of it because we took the time to get a good tenant. And whenever she moved in, everything was nice, you know, so it stays that way. So that's what you hope for.
Yo, if you like what you see, give us a thumbs up for filming it. Subscribe to the channel if you hadn't already, and we'll catch you on the next one.